So, remember YouTube Live? No, I'm not talking about the live streaming feature. YouTube Live was a live event that happened in San Francisco at the Herbst Pavilion on November 22nd, 2008, with another YouTube Live happening in Japan, but maybe we'll talk about that in another video. This show was half concerts, half variety show, and maybe 1% bad crowd work. It was announced in the YouTube blog 2 months before the event and was heavily promoted on the YouTube homepage. There were many people announced to be at the event, like Soulja Boy, Akon, will.i.am, and more. 3 weeks before the event, more people were announced to perform, like Katy Perry, Fred, and Bo Burnham. One of the sponsors of the event was Virgin America, who flew a plane to YouTube Live and held a contest for the name of the plane. I know that sounds like it would end badly, but it didn't. The name that won was YouTube Air. It's kind of boring. I hope I get to fly on it at least. Oh. Before the show in San Francisco, there would be a pre-show where people got to hang out. Many are meeting for the first time. It's a blast. There was also people performing at this time with a cameraman in the back. There were some people that were from the main show performing here, but also some people only performing at the pre-show, like Rhett and Link and Reggie Watts. There was also some cool art done by a group of artists for the event. There's not much else to talk about for the pre-show. There's not that much video of it anyways. Let's just get straight into the main event, shall we? So YouTube Live wasn't just one live stream, it was 3 simultaneously. There is one for the main event. This is what we actually have footage of. It's not on the best quality, but it does a job. The other 2 were for backstage and offstage. Backstage typically had a cameraman holding a camera, and the people are just talking and interviewing backstage. Offstage are a bunch of stationary cameras that overlook the stage and backstage as well. There is not that much footage of backstage or offstage, only like a handful of clips. There were some clips uploaded to the live channel, but the live channel would be taken down to make room for showcasing the live stream feature in April 2011. And from what I can tell, they haven't been mirrored anywhere. The Wayback Machine never properly archived the videos. I asked the Lost Media Wiki in 2019, he has been interested in this for a while, if anyone had a copy of the show, and someone did. Their mega link doesn't work anymore, but it did get re-uploaded, presumably by them, onto YouTube in 2021. I rewatched the entire stream for the first time in 17 years a bit ago, and I recorded my reaction. So you'll see clips of that throughout. We start off with our favorite astronaut Katy Perry walking down the stage with the House of Perry. Now, who these people are, I don't know, but this is the only time they'll show up. Katy Perry was celebrating the success of her debut-ish album, and her single I Kiss a Girl was also pretty big on YouTube that year. She isn't a YouTuber per se, but still had some impact. You're gonna see a lot of people in the same boat, not exactly YouTubers in the traditional way, but still made some sort of impact or waves on YouTube back in the day.
Strike a pose for the first annual YouTube Awards!
This was going to be annual? I feel like this wasn't an actual annual thing because of a few reasons. A possible big one is that it's expensive. But again, they weren't doing this alone. HP was sponsored the event, most likely to host a live video in some way. Flip Video was also sponsoring, allowing people to take a custom YouTube Live camcorder to record whatever they want to at the event. This event made me want to get a flip camera. I begged my mom when I was 6 at the time, for one of them, and she gave me this knockoff brand called Jazz or something. It looks like dog shit, much like Flip Video. One more thing I want to say, it's really interesting to see cameras out in like a concert type of thing. Typically like 5 to 10 people sneak a digital camera into a concert. But then you have all of these guys with their cameras out, like Apple is unveiling a new iPhone. There were even uploading stations where you could upload your videos. If anyone has a YouTube Live Flip video camera, can I have it? Anyways, Katy Perry sings Hot and Cold, her biggest song at the time, and probably is for some people. Her guitarist seems to be Kurt Cobain if he sold out to pop artists. I've heard many complaints about her performance here, but the thing is, she's walking around the entire stage, holding someone's flip camera, beating up her guitarist. I think it's fine. She harmonized with the backing track somewhere in the chorus. It's a nice touch. Also, she just started her career. Are you expecting a spotless performance? People were just expecting too much. After this sick intro, we get to meet our hosts, the Vlog Squad. Vlog was already a word back then? Interesting. Before I introduce these people, can you name any of them? No? Okay, then I will. Here's Michael Buckley, aka What the Buck. You may have heard of him. Then we got William Sled, who does something. There's Lisa Nova, who also does something. And Cater17, who is British, and Chocolate Rain Guy. Oh, Tazon Day's there, I forgot. Oh, I mean Cater17, my bad. Prepare to see a lot of director errors. I'll be keeping count, but hey, it's their first time living. I mean, live. Anyways, Tazon Day will be our announcer for the show, and we have a house DJ, Mike Realm. I remember watching this guy's videos back in the day. He does a good job throughout the show. And now our first YouTuber. His name is Beardy Man. He has a beard and is vaguely British and a beatboxer. I personally don't care about beatboxing. I feel like I've heard everything. There's only so much you can do with your vocal cords. But he's alright. He freestyle beatboxes, does Gold Digger by Kanye West, and then We Will Rock You by Queen with his looper. He does this like interesting, noisy, digital house music with his DJ set. Easily my favorite part of his performance. And now we get to talk about the Virgin America plane, where they have Wi-Fi on it. A selling point back in 2008. We got a live feed of their plane from 35,000 feet in the air. I know this event recording's quality isn't good, but the quality from the plane is very noticeable despite that. We also get to meet this guy named Brandon Hardesty, who does impressions and stuff. We get a sneak peek of his newest video that would be uploaded after the event. A one-on-one reenactment of a scene from The Dark Knight. This was a hard watch, I'm gonna be honest. Also, this is what you share to everyone. If he made this today, it would get like 3 views on TikTok. You could really be famous for anything back then. But thankfully, we have a nice wholesome part next. Juan Man, the face of Free Hugs video that was popular that year, introduced the band Sick Puppies, who made said video, and he is definitely Australian. Juan then proceeds to hug everyone in the crowd. That's so nice. The song is great, they do a good job. I don't really have much else to note about this one, easily my favorite part of the show so far, even though I don't really know if there's a bassist in the band. Ugh, the mixing. This is the part of the show where we finally answer the question of the hour. Will it blend?
That is the question.
Mr. Blender comes out on stage and invites his friend Chad Vader, who is a character of a YouTube channel I never watched back then. It's pretty obvious all of his lines are pre-recorded. The timing of them are really bad.
Hello, Commander Dixon. One of the most
Anyways, he wants his broom blended because his day job sucks, and so he does. Can't wait to try this at home. Let me get my blender.
Impressive. Most impressive.
Thank you.
Oh, I shouldn't do this. He also wanted his lunch blended because he can't eat a burger with his mask on. He requests a new blender so wood from the broom doesn't get in the burger smoothie, and immediately puts plastics in the blender from ketchup packets.
Ketchup package?
He uses the force to turn the blender on, blends it up, and enjoys a drink of bullshit. Up next we got a crowd work?
Is everybody having a good time?
William Sled asks people if they're having a good time, and people pretend to care.
There's Bo Burnham. Where's Bo Burnham? Bo Burnham sings My Family Thinks I'm Gay. Mine does too. It's okay.
Bro, he does not want to be there. After a few minutes of crowd work, we finally get to enjoy something. Charlie the Unicorn had an animation done for YouTube Live. It's quite enjoyable. Always love that series. I completely forgot about this part where they speak Spanish. Next up, we have Freddie Wong playing the new Guitar Hero. Activision was also sponsoring the event, and although Activision themselves are still around, Guitar Hero isn't. So I will count that, bringing the total of 3 companies gone. Then we get to see the real Guitar Hero, Joe Satriani, who is well known for being one of the best guitar players of all time. He plays some of his songs serving with the Alien before introducing another guitarist named Fun2. He's a South Korean guitarist whose cover of Cannon Rock got re-uploaded to YouTube in 2005. They both would then start playing that song afterwards. It's nice. Next up, we have this backstage segment with Dax Flame, the greatest YouTuber to have ever lived. Fun fact, this segment used to be the thumbnail of the full show upload on the YouTube Live channel. I don't really have anything to say, it's just more unfunny garbage to pass the time so people can set things up on stage. And Dax Flame just doesn't look like he even wants to be in this. It's all okay because we have Mythbusters who save the show. They have this paint machine that Adam Savage will spray Jamie Hyneman at full speed. To combat this, Jamie is wearing literal armor. Before Jamie even comes out, we can hear him saying he can't hear anything in his earpiece.
Is Leonardo 2.0?
No, I
And he's pretty much
which brings the number of errors to 2. After a few minutes of stalling to put on his head protection, he gets obliterated by paintballs and dies. Just kidding, he's fine. Then we have breakdancing part 1. Yes, there's more breakdancing later, but this is part 1, with members from South Korea, France, and the USA. It's pretty neat. We gotta bring this back in 2026. Moving along, we have the YouTube world of sports. Here we have this big montage of sports related stuff. I really wonder what sport they're gonna showcase. Well, I guess it is a sport. Oh look, Bearded Man is back. Yeah, more British.
We now have something truly incredible about to take place on this stage. Who here has heard of sports stacking? We have here two of the world's premier sports stackers. They are...
Are you sure the kid on the right is Premier? Now that the school assembly is done, let's see a magician. There is one issue. You can't see anything. I'm sure it was fine when they streamed it, but it's really hard to see the laser he uses. Therefore, we can't really enjoy the performance. There is a video someone uploaded 2 hours after I started writing the script. It is an hour-long recording of the event in really good quality. So I'd love to give a big shout out to Two Minds One Road for uploading this. It's a crazy coincidence that this was uploaded as soon as I started researching for more footage. Unfortunately, there's not a lot from this video, but we get to see what he's doing in the beginning. Basically, he puts some hula hoops through a laser and then bends the laser. How does he do it? Glass, probably, and like a retractable rod for the hoops. I'm sorry. And now we get to hear from What the Buck.
Many of us have enjoyed LOLs at the expense of Miley Cyrus. There's no way
Oh, right, it says Nate.
Asian Princess or What the Buck would have so many views without her. So if you don't have large breasts or a charismatic kitty, just call your video Miley Cyrus is dead or Miley Cyrus dirty photos and you too can be a YouTube star. Miley is finally turning Sweet 16 tomorrow.
No, you can't be doing this, Buckley. Let me look up his age. He was 33. Moving right along is gonna be difficult, but we got some DJing from Mike Rome again. This segment might be my favorite from him. He remixes Here It Goes Again. But the thing is, I don't know what part doesn't sound like that song. Could be a different one, I don't know. He remixes Charlie Bit My Finger, forever being encapsulated at the YouTube event. I hope it was worth the 700K.
I'm pleased to welcome the mayor of this fine city, Mr. Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom! Oh yeah, it's award time, the part in the show where we give an award. Her Majesty Queen Rania El Abdullah of Jordan would receive the YouTube Visionary Award, the first and only time this award would be given out. She couldn't accept it in person though, but did send an acceptance video in the style of the top 10 formats that David Letterman is known for doing. It's pretty funny, and I think she deserved that win. Now we have the political portion of the show. In 2008, YouTube allowed users to submit questions to be asked during the 2008 US presidential election debates. There's also this event that happened called Video Your Votes, where you talk about voting and stuff. This whole thing is just about how YouTube got involved with the election that year. It's nothing crazy. I heard Obama won, that's cool. Speaking of will.i.am is here to perform his new song, and I don't like it. It is so dated. And I also just don't like his music or the Black Eyed Peas. There's probably like 2 songs that I like from his group, and then like none of his solo stuff. Sorry, Will. We have arrived at another unfunny skit. Lisa Nova plays a Katy Perry superfan and makes her watch a compilation of parodies of her song I Kissed a Girl. Everyone's sleeping on I Kissed a Horse. Why does it say live in the corner? Alright, we've made it past the first hour, which means we're halfway through it. I hope you're alright. I bet you're wondering, where's Fred? Well, he did try to sneak into the venue to sing, and he got kicked out and placed on Alcatraz Island. Just kidding, here he is.
Fred and Alcatraz would sure make some people very happy. On YouTube,
Yo, why do you sound like that? He, alongside his friend who made that one song that features Fred, introduced 5 female singers who got their start on YouTube. I looked up their Wikipedias, and it looks like a lot of them didn't have too long of a career, unfortunately. I did enjoy the clips from all of them. Lisa Levy is one of them, and she was actually there at the event and performed at the pre-show. Another is Esme Denters, who is now performing a new song that would appear on her major label debut later that year. Hey look, another unfunny skit from the hosts. William reluctantly announced the next act, and when he did, I can see why.
Now let's spotlight one of YouTube's most popular accessories, the ukulele. Here to perform her new song, Maybe I Will, and backed by some of YouTube's finest uke players, please welcome Julia Nunes and the Ukulele Orchestra.
What's worse than one person playing the ukulele? 5. Even the mics didn't want this. Caused a commotion, bringing the amount of mistakes to 3 so far. And now a sponsored segment. Not from me, this is my first video. Ray Stevenson, who was there to promote Punisher Warzone, which this event definitely helped with its numbers, introduced parkour. We have this nice little montage, kind of like the last one, although for some reason they forgot to disable resample in the beginning. They also misspelled Columbia for some reason. Next up we have Hammer with no MC here to introduce the next guest, Soulja Boy Tell 'Em, known for cranking Soulja Boys and rip-off video game consoles. Mr. Hammer says he reps old school rap, which is interesting because can you name a song of his that isn't Can't Touch This? Soulja Boy comes out with his buds and performs Birdwalk, and it's pretty hype, even though the crowd is stiff. After another, although sponsored, DJ set from Rome, we got a nice look of the upload station for the flip cameras everyone got. There's not much else to note. Oh shit, it's Smosh.
What exactly is an upload?
Too bad they're only here for this unfunny skit. I'm starting to feel like the people didn't actually write any of these. Instead, it was probably written by some rich executive. I mean, they are being sponsored by Flip Video. Everyone wanted those cameras. And I represent everyone. And now it's time for the part you remember, and for a good reason. I'm not talking about Katy Perry though.
He's funny, he's filthy, and he's gotten over 20 million views on his YouTube. And he's only 18 years old. Thank God you're 18 at least.
Wow, how did she bomb at YouTube Live? People were laughing at the crowd work earlier.
Thank you, Mrs. Perry.
Bo Burnham wrote a song for YouTube Live called Welcome to YouTube. It's quite a good song. Unfortunately, a few parts were censored, and someone fell asleep at the control board for one of them.
And now, well, not much has changed, but I've money. Share their ideas.
Thankfully, there are different recordings from people at the events, uncensored. By the way, Bo Burnham uploaded this performance on his YouTube page, and the quality is really good. And the censoring is actually perfectly fine here.
Well, not much has changed, but I've money.
If only the whole show looked like this. Anyways, his upload currently has 13 million views. Even in 2008, his performance was one of the most viewed segments on the live channel, so that's pretty cool.
And it'll keep on going and it'll never stop until it's privatized. Thanks.
God, he was so done. This definitely put people onto Bo, myself included. It sucks that he was already sick of the attention even back then. I hope he's doing better now. And we're back to unfunny skits. At least Alfred knows how to impersonate people well. Next up is another performance I remember watching for a very silly reason. It's the Spinto Band. I still don't know much about them. They teased the song Mandy before switching to a song called Summer Groff, which came out the month prior. I have a few interesting prioritized memories, like the first time my dad said he was proud of me, my first crush, the small cameras that were attached to their guitars and drummer. This amazed me when I was 6 watching this live. I was like, how the hell did they do that? This was before GoPro was like a huge thing, so I had no idea how that worked. Also, the way that the singer moves looks like he's a puppet being controlled by a demon. I think it's funny. These are both good songs, and I enjoyed this. will.i.am is back to haunt me in my script writing because writing his name turns into a link, but he's here to talk about a charity thing that he has been working on.
8 years ago, world leaders announced a set of goals to end extreme global poverty by the year 2015.
So, did it work? In a perfect world? Yeah, but we're not in a perfect world. Still have the idea though. The little song he made for this is also my prioritized memories. We go backstage to chat with Brandon Hardesty, who has finally landed in San Francisco, and he's still promoting his unoriginal video. Alright, next we got...
Miley Cyrus in YouTube's Ultimate Dance Battle. here's John M. Chu's League of Extraordinary Dancers.
This is the weirdest one. How and why did this even happen? Whatever the case, the number of accidents have risen to number 4. We have arrived to breakdancing part 2. I'm running out of things to say, unfortunately. All I can say is they did a good job. Don't worry, we're almost done. Next up, we have an unfunny skit about Mr. Buckley over here winning a dance contest early in the year and tries to prove it.
This is... Good thing there's no censorship on YouTube.
And that is the most dated thing to have been said during the event. Good job, John Chu of the AC/DC dancing team. Now we got a Happy Tree Friends video for the event, and it is somehow the most tame gore of that entire show. One more skit and we're out of here. Smosh gets asked if they're having fun. Akon closes out the show with him walking in with a bunch of new audience members behind him. He gets up to the stage and performs Right Now, which was, at the time, the 12th most watched video on YouTube at that point. He proceeds to stage dive not once, but twice. Akon is awesome, and I wish he was still relevant today. He had so many bangers, including this song. But now, it's time for the host to say goodbye.
I want to remind everyone they can rewatch their favorite moments on demand on YouTube. And
Unless you're watching this after 2011, of course. After a montage of everything we've seen, we get to see Boa promoting YouTube Live Japan, which happened a few hours later. The beginning of her clip was muted for some reason, which means the final tally of director mistakes is 5.
Hey,
And that's about it. Overall, I can only think of this event as a glimpse of how 2008 YouTube looked. If YouTube were to have happened again, it should have just been annual for like 5 years. A modern YouTube Live would be a nightmare, because like, who would be a part of it? But at that point, it wouldn't even matter. You can see many different big YouTubers live streaming. You know, where the live channel used to be. Back then, streaming wasn't commonplace. The only streaming that people did back then was with their webcams and no fancy equipment. YouTube Live also cost a lot of money for the venue, people moving things on and off the stage, flying out talent, catering services, everything. Doing this annually shouldn't have been feasible back then, but apparently they were pretty confident. YouTube insinuating that this would be an annual thing really shows how well they thought this would be. Not everyone liked it. I've seen many archived hate comments from pretty much every video on the Wayback Machine. But the thing is, you can't really satisfy everyone. And especially back then. They were brutal. I mean, it's always like that, but like, moderation was not as good as it is now. But maybe it's just best we try to forget about it, because they seem to have anyways, replacing the whole channel and everything. So maybe we should too. Because was it even good in the first place?
is everybody having a good time?
Probably not. Anyways, let me know what you think, and let me know if I should cover the Japanese one next. It looks pretty different. I still haven't looked at it. I'm gonna wait until I record my reaction if I do so in the future. I don't know how to end the video, so go away.